and welcome back to the Hero English Podcast. I'm Jordan, and as always, I'm here with the amazing Riley.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back. Jordan, I am really excited about today's topic. We're talking about something we all love, our homes.
And that's right. We're not just talking about houses, but how to make your living space feel perfect for you. We'll cover interior design, organization, and that special feeling of home.
Exactly. We'll teach you some key vocabulary like cozy and minimalist.
And we have a fantastic hero phrase for you, to make the most of the space. It's super useful, especially if you live in a small apartment.
Oh, I definitely need that one. My apartment is tiny. We'll also listen to a great dialogue between two friends, Tom and Anna, who are trying to redecorate their living room.
And we'll also explore some cultural ideas about what makes a home feel comfortable.
So if you're ready to make your home your favorite place on earth, let's get started. Okay, let's start with 3 wonderful words for talking about your home. Our first word is cozy. C-O-Z-Y. Cozy.
Cozy. I think I know this one. It means comfortable and warm, right?
Exactly. It describes a feeling of warmth, comfort, and relaxation. For example, you could say, on a cold night, I love to sit in my cozy armchair with a good book. Or, their house has such a cozy atmosphere with the fireplace and soft rugs.
That sounds lovely. So I can say my living room is very cozy. Is that correct?
Good try. We use cozy as an adjective, so you would just say, my living room is very cozy. We don't add ing to it.
Got it. My living room is very cozy. Perfect. What's next?
Next up is a great verb, declutter. D-E-C-L-U-T-T-E-R. To declutter means to remove things you don't need from a place in order to make it more pleasant and useful.
So it's like cleaning up all your junk? I need to do that this weekend.
That's the idea. For instance, I'm going to spend Saturday decluttering my closet. Another example is, if you declutter your desk, you might feel more focused. It's about removing unnecessary items.
I need to declare my clutter and clunked, accurate, setter, dusk?
Okay, so if I have too many papers, I should declutter up my desk?
Almost there. We don't need the word up after it. You can simply say, I should declutter my desk. The verb itself includes the idea of clearing things away.
Okay, declutter my desk. I will remember that. What's our last word, Riley?
Our last word is minimalist. M-I-N-I-M-A-L-I-S-T. A minimalist style is one that is very simple and has only the things that are truly necessary.
So like a room with just a bed and a lamp? Does it mean empty?
Not necessarily empty, but simple and intentional. Think clean lines and not a lot of decoration. For example, her apartment is very minimalist with white walls and simple furniture. Or he prefers a minimalist approach to design because it feels calming.
That makes sense. So I could say, I like a style of minimalist.
That's a very common mistake. We use it as an adjective before the noun. So you would say, I like a minimalist style, or I like minimalist design.
I like a minimalist style. Got it. Cozy, declutter, and minimalist. Great words to start with.
Anna, look at this living room. It's a disaster. There are books and magazines everywhere.
I know, Tom. It feels so crowded in here. I think the first thing we need to do is declutter. We have way too much stuff.
Declutter? You mean throw things away? But I love all my books.
We don't have to throw them away, but we can organize them better. Maybe get a new bookshelf. I just want the room to feel more open and relaxing.
Okay, I agree. So, what kind of style are you thinking of? Are we going for something modern?
I was thinking we could try a more minimalist style.
Clean surfaces, simple colors like white and gray. It would make the room feel so much bigger.
Minimalist? I don't know, Anna. It sounds a little cold to me. I want our living room to feel cozy and inviting, a place where we can relax with a cup of tea.
I understand that. A cozy feeling is important, but minimalist doesn't have to mean cold. We can have simple furniture, but add a really soft rug and some nice cushions. That would be cozy, right?
A soft rug and cushions. I like that idea. So, minimalist, but with cozy elements. A compromise.
Exactly. Our apartment isn't huge, so we really need to make the most of the space. A simple style with smart organization will help a lot.
You're right. If we declutter and get that new bookshelf, we can definitely make the most of the space we have. Let's do it. When do we start?
How about this weekend? We can plan everything out. It'll be fun.
Fun for you, maybe. Okay, let's do it. I'm Tom, by the way, and I'm ready to declutter.
And I'm Anna. Let's make this place beautiful. The dialogue was great, and it leads us perfectly into some related phrases. First up is open plan living.
Open plan living, what does that mean exactly?
It refers to a home layout where large open spaces are used instead of many small closed-off rooms. Typically, the kitchen, living room, and dining room are all in one big area. For example, many new apartments feature open plan living to make them feel more spacious.
Oh, I see. I used to say my apartment has an open living. Was I wrong?
That's a common way learners try to express it. It's better to use the full phrase. You could say, my apartment has an open plan living area, or it has an open plan layout. It sounds much more natural.
Good to know. It seems very popular in modern homes.
It is. Okay, next phrase, a splash of color. This is a fun one. It means adding a small amount of a bright color to a space that is mostly neutral, like white or gray, to make it more interesting.
A splash of color. I like that. So like a red pillow on a gray sofa?
Perfect example. You could say the room was all white, but she added a splash of color with a bright blue painting. A common mistake is saying something like, I will splash color on the wall. Instead, you'd say, I'll add a splash of color to the wall.
That reminds me of my friend who painted one entire wall bright orange. I guess that was more than just a splash.
That sounds more like a tidal wave of color. All right, our last phrase is a verb, to spruce up.
Spruce up like the tree?
It sounds like it, but it means to make a place look cleaner, neater, or more attractive. It's usually for small improvements, not a major renovation. For instance, we're sprucing up the garden before we have a party. Or a new set of curtains can really spruce up a room.
So it's for small, quick changes? I've heard people say I'm sprucing my room. Is that right?
Close. You need the word up. The correct phrasal verb is spruce up. So you'd say, I'm sprucing up my room. It's a great informal phrase to know.
All right, it's time for our favorite part of the show. Let's break down our hero phrase.
Yes, today's hero phrase is to make the most of the space. It means using the space you have in the best, most effective way possible. It's perfect for talking about organization and design.
It's so useful. Let's see how it works in a few situations. Imagine you're at work, Riley. Your office is pretty small.
Okay, so you could say to a colleague, with 3 people sharing this office, we need to be really organized.
I agree. Let's rearrange the desks to make the most of the space.
Perfect. Now, how about a more casual situation? Maybe with a friend who is visiting your apartment.
Okay, my friend could say, wow, your kitchen is small, but it has everything.
And you could say, thanks, I bought some clever storage containers to make the most of the space.
Nice one. What about some variations? Are there other ways to say this?
Definitely. You could also say to maximize the space, which is a little more formal. For example, the architect designed the house to maximize the space. Another one is to get the most out of the space.
To get the most out of the space. I like that one. It sounds very natural.
It is. Both are great alternatives. The key idea is using your area well.
Excellent. Now, for everyone listening, let's practice the main phrase. I'll say it slowly 3 times. Just repeat after me. To make the most of the space.
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 You know, Riley, when I listened to Tom and Anna's conversation, I understood everything, but some parts felt a bit fast, especially when they were agreeing on their design ideas.
That's a really common feeling, Jordan. Native speakers often link words together, which can make it tricky to hear every single word clearly. That's exactly why we do this next section.
So we're going to listen again, but slower.
Exactly. We're going to play the same dialogue, but at a much slower pace. This is your chance to really focus on the pronunciation and the rhythm of the sentences. Listen for how the words connect.
So we should pay attention to the little sounds between words?
Yes. For example, when Anna says our hero phrase, make the most of the space, listen to how most of sounds like most of. And for everyone listening, this is the perfect time to shadow. Try to speak along with Tom and Anna. It's fantastic practice.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Anna, look at this living room. It's a disaster. There are books and magazines everywhere.
I know, Tom. It feels so crowded in here. I think the first thing we need to do is declutter. We have way too much stuff.
Declutter? You mean throw things away? But I love all my books.
We don't have to throw them away, but we can organize them better. Maybe get a new bookshelf. I just want the room to feel more open and relaxing.
Okay. I agree. So, what kind of style are you thinking of? Are we going for something modern?
I was thinking we could try a more minimalist style. You know, clean surfaces, simple colors like white and gray. It would make the room feel so much bigger.
Minimalist? I don't know, Anna. It sounds a little cold to me. I want our living room to feel cozy and inviting. A place where we can relax with a cup of tea.
I understand that. A cozy feeling is important. But minimalist doesn't have to mean cold. We can have simple furniture, but add a really soft rug and some nice cushions. That would be cozy, right?
A soft rug and cushions. I like that idea. So, minimalist, but with cozy elements. A compromise.
Exactly. Our apartment isn't huge, so we really need to make the most of the space. A simple style with smart organization will help a lot.
You're right. If we declutter and get that new bookshelf, we can definitely make the most of the space we have. Let's do it. When do we start?
How about this weekend? We can plan everything out. It'll be fun.
Fun for you, maybe.
Okay, let's do it. I'm Tom, by the way, and I'm ready to declutter.
And I'm Anna. Let's make this place beautiful.
Riley, hearing Tom talk about wanting a cozy home got me thinking. Is that the most important thing for homes in Western cultures?
That's a great question. The idea of cozy is extremely popular, especially in North America and Europe. It's related to the Danish concept of hygge, which is all about creating a warm, comfortable atmosphere and enjoying the good things in life with good people.
Hygge? I think I've heard of that. It's about candles and blankets, right?
Yes, that's part of it. It became a huge trend. People really value their home as a sanctuary, a place to escape from the busy world. I remember my grandmother's house was the definition of cozy. She had quilts on every chair, and the whole house smelled like baking bread. It felt so safe.
That sounds amazing. It's interesting because in many parts of Asia, especially in big cities, the focus can be different. My family's apartment in Shanghai was always full of things. Not messy, but full. Having lots of objects, photos, and decorations showed prosperity and family history. It wasn't minimalist at all.
That makes sense. It's a different way of creating a warm, family-centered space. But minimalist design from Japan has also become very influential worldwide. The focus there is on simplicity, nature, and tranquility. I once visited a friend's apartment in Kyoto, and it was stunning. There was almost nothing in it except a beautiful wooden table and a single flower in a vase. It felt incredibly peaceful.
Wow, what a contrast. So there isn't just one ideal. It depends on whether you value that warm, full feeling or a calm, simple feeling.
Exactly. And of course, everyone's personal taste is different. The most important thing is that your home feels right for you, whether it's cozy, minimalist, or something in between.
All right, let's move on to our listener question for this week. This one comes from Chen in Taiwan, and she asks, what is the real difference between the words house and home? I sometimes use them in the same way.
That is an excellent and very important question, Chen. It's a point of confusion for many learners. The simplest way to think about it is that a house is a physical building.
Just the structure, the walls, the roof, the doors? Precisely. It's a noun that describes the object. For example, you can say, they are building a new house down the street, or my house has 3 bedrooms. But a home is about the feeling. It's the place where you live and feel you belong. It's connected to emotion, family, and comfort. So, a house is a place, but a home is a feeling.
That's a perfect way to put it. You can have a house, but it might not feel like a home. There's a famous saying, it takes hands to build a house, but only hearts can build a home. You would say, I'm going home now, not I'm going house now. Home is where you feel you belong.
Okay, that's super clear now. So to summarize for Chen and everyone listening, a house is the building. A home is the special emotional place where you live and feel safe. A house is made of bricks, but a home is made of love. A bit cheesy, but it works.
It's perfect, Jordan. Great summary. Okay, Jordan, are you ready for a quick quiz to see what you've learned today?
I was born ready. Let's do this.
Question 1. If a room is warm, comfortable, and makes you feel relaxed, what adjective would you use to describe it?
Ooh, that's, minimalist?
Not quite. Minimalist is simple and uncluttered. The word you're looking for is cozy. A cozy room is warm and comfortable.
Ah, of course, cozy. I knew that. Okay, next question.
Question 2. What is the hero phrase we learned today for using a small area in the most effective way?
This one I know.
It's to make the most of the space.
Yes, exactly. Well done. And finally, question 3. What is the verb for removing unnecessary items from a room to make it feel more organized?
That would be to declutter. I need to declutter my whole apartment.
You and me both. Great job. Now it's your turn, listeners. Answer the questions out loud. What word describes a warm, comfortable room?
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Hero English podcast.
We had so much fun talking about homes and living spaces. Let's do a quick recap. We learned 3 great words: cozy, declutter, and minimalist.
And don't forget our super youthful hero phrase, to make the most of the space. Try to use it this week.
Yes. And that brings us to your homework. It's very simple. Look at one room in your house or apartment. Find one thing you can do to make the most of the space.
It could be moving a chair, adding a small shelf, or decluttering a corner. Then, tell a friend or family member about your idea using the hero phrase.
Practice is everything. And if you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing so you don't miss our next one. We're going to be talking all about food and cooking.
Oh, my favorite topic. I can't wait. Until then, keep practicing and stay curious. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone.
You know, all this talk about decluttering and minimalist design reminds me of the time I tried to build my own bookshelf. It was from one of those big, famous furniture stores.
Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
The instructions were just pictures, totally minimalist. I thought, how hard can this be? I spent 3 hours turning these little screws and hammering things. When I finally finished and stood it up, it was wobbly.
Wobbly how? Like a little bit shaky?
Like it was leaning to the left at a 20-degree angle. I put one book on it, and the whole thing just slowly, gracefully collapsed onto the floor.
Oh, Jordan, that's awful. What did you do?
I just sat there on the floor with all the pieces around me and thought, well, I guess my interior design style is called deconstructed.
That's one way to put it. Don't feel bad. I once assembled a chest of drawers and put one of the drawers in backwards. The handle was inside. I couldn't open it for a week until my friend came over and fixed it.
Okay, that makes me feel so much better. Maybe we should stick to podcasting and leave the furniture building to the experts.
I think that is a very, very wise decision.